All right. So it's Osiria that we ended up with. Okay. All right. I can do this. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of Silver Shadow's Trail of Echoes. We've clearly had a little bit of shifting things up. So let me put Osiria in this game. You can follow the link from the game join channel, though, right? Can't you, Osiria?
Yep.
Excellent. Okay. There's the character sheet. Let me get a token. Is it the right token? It is. Nice. Okay. Some pages might be missing the Osiria token. If they are, remind me, please. Alright. So, world's going a little haywire. We are missing many members of the crew right now. We are missing 4 members that have just blinked out of existence as far as everybody can tell. But we do have reports that they are alive, and Pollux and Castor has seen them traveling the in-between. That would be Tarkus, Royce, Valentina, and Midnight. Those 4 have been missing for a while. During the last mission, another 4 members of the group were pulled away, being Pim, Gemini, Rosie, and Simmons were pulled away to go to Yoke for a secret mission. They're not allowed to talk about it, but Peanut has told you guys that they are all alive, and he keeps saying safe, but looking around furtively. And he mumbles about a library a bunch. So, today, we have been getting signals from the forest nearby. We all know the forest. This place. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. You guys can't see that. I'll just move into introducing everybody. Sorry. That really threw me off. If you throw off my game, I'm done. But thank you, Osiria, for showing up.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Try not to roll 13s. You'll kill everybody.
Understood.
Hi, everybody. We got Zeke playing Foley.
Good evening, everybody. I'm happy to be here.
We got Iskra playing Iskra.
Hiya.
Linear is playing Vulpa.
Hello.
And I can't remember the portmanteau that I made, so I'm just gonna say Shy is playing Osiria.
Hello.
Alright, everybody. We are getting signals from deep in the woods. Now, remember in the Discord, like I just said, there are weapons that we could bring in if we wanted. Those are big monster hunting weapons. If you are carrying these, everybody knows that you are planning on hunting monsters. There's a giant axe, there's knives that are kind of like Attack on Titan style. There's a cannon made by a clown. Actually, I don't see the clown cannon on the pinned messages. Oh no.
It's there.
Oh, excellent. Alright, so we have a cannon that can shoot little people, but none of you guys are little, so you would have to fire whatever ammo you just happen to find. Just a bunch of things if you wanted like a little extra oomph. Now, Iskra, you get the feeling that something is wrong all over the world, and that's just happening in general as massive monsters have been showing up, and you guys have been dealing with them. I'm sure even though you haven't been in the game, I guarantee you guys have had to put at least one of them down. Something might have attacked the silver thimble very, very vaguely, very little attack. But they're here. And they're amalgamations of just really nasty magic. Okay. You wanted to, is the anomaly? Yeah, alright, let's just get right to the woods here. Iskra.
Yeah.
We're in the woods. We've been in these woods plenty of times. My original plan for why we're here was hinged on the missing person, but we're gonna have to deal with this. So the second you all step into, and Osiria is a good candidate for this one too, and Vulpa, you are something of a hunter, right?
Yes.
And like Foley is just like the one here because we're sending out communications people with all of them to track down these anomalies, and maybe this is Royce, like maybe this is Tarkus, like in these woods there's an anomaly. It could be any of our friends. So we show up here, and immediately, Osiria, the hair on the back of your neck stands up. Your hackles are raised immediately. There is a scent of blood on the air. And, like, Vulpa, you immediately experience the, like, there's no birds chirping. Like, this whole wood is incredibly silent right now. And Iskra, you feel that this place has been contaminated. Something is here that does not belong here.
Could I call for the Tetzelworm?
Yeah. Oh, you can reach out and try to reach out for the Tetzelworm. Absolutely.
Do I need to roll for it?
Yes. But not because you can't do it, but to see its reaction right now. 13. Okay.
Oh, nice.
All right. Nice. Solid. We're good. Okay. If you guys don't remember, Foley, the last game you were playing, you played with Osiria. Well, not the last game, but the time before it.
I remember that.
Yeah. Osiria, what is your matching howl sound like? You see Iskra like reach. What does that look like, Iskra, when you try to connect with the forest and try to talk to the Tatzelworm directly?
Oh, good question. I mean, oh, that was a different game. Ooh, it's not something I've thought of. I feel like it would be more of like a telepathic thing, like just kind of embracing the woods and be like making my presence known without having to say anything. Just, I'm here. I need help and information. But specifically like targeted telepathically to the Tetzelworm.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you get the feeling in your head, and it's not that the Tatzelworm is scared. It's that the Tatzelworm is wary. Something else is in this woods, and it's picking off little creatures. He can't find it right now. But Osiria, you sense something like vicious in these woods. And we know that the Tatzelworm is vicious in and of itself, but the people that live here are safe from the Tatzelworm. Like the squirrels, generally perfectly safe. And the mushroom people, perfectly safe. The Tatzelworm doesn't attack them, doesn't kill them. But animals, the Tatzelworm goes nuts on. Will just eviscerate a giant crow for no reason. Well, its reason is to threaten them.
And like what we're sensing here is different than that then?
Definitely. It's definitely different. And you smell like marked territory. I'm not saying that like it like peed all over the trees or whatever is here, but like
Yeah, like it's more of just like it's claimed this place as its own effectively, or is trying to.
exactly that. And Iskra, in your head, the message that you get from the Tatzelworm is, if you can locate this, it will come to your aid to fight with you.
Okay. So now what?
Now we just do the cool hunting thing where we look for tracks. So all around you, like this place is like dead quiet. In this area, we're not seeing like footprints and like we're not seeing like the markings, but everything isn't like it's just being very, very quiet. Osiria, which way do we you know which way its den is. That's what you are sensing. I think if like basically if you come towards the camera like down here, this is probably where its den is, like darker and deeper into like not caves, but you know, like outcroppings.
Right.
Is anything, can I use death sense to locate anything nearby that this creature may have killed?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I might be able to assist with that, actually. Can we kind of like ride that 13 to where I can kind of use some more like animalistic like senses to track the scent of any fresh blood nearby?
100%
To like
we
aid
could
in
do
that?
that. Yeah, we can turn Iskra's thing into a success, but it's gonna have to be like a fresh blood savage thing. All right. As soon as you guys start to Iskra, as soon as you start to use death sense, the fact that something has died here recently is so vivid, and it's like right around the corner. And Osiria, you're gonna like charge off to it first, as like the whole area fills with the scent of blood. And at a large tree, it looks like a huge fight happened all over here. There are massive claw marks into the tree. There are bones littering the ground, recently removed of their skin. Yeah, this is what you guys find, like bloody bones, massive scars in trees, many trees taken down.
Can we identify where these bones came from? Like, what kind of creatures are they? Were they?
Yeah, these were small humanoids. Um, one of them was like definitely some kind of one of them was definitely some kind of like squirrel type creature. Like you could like you've seen the crew members Hazel and you've seen the crew members Soki. Like these basically match their bone types. And I think the little dark one over here it has like longer, more slender arms that if you put the pieces together, that was a bat person.
Are we able, are there enough pieces to reanimate it?
We don't have full resurrect unless you want to like do some necromancer shit. Like,
Yeah, I want to do some necromancer shit.
Get it?
Yeah, for sure.
Would that be commune with the dead, or is it reanimate?
I think that's just straight reanimate.
Okay.
If you want to like commune with the dead before you, we'll do them both.
Okay, cool.
So, well, you don't even have to make a roll. Boop.
They're adorable.
So, yeah, if you reanimate them without putting them back together, what's that like? And did we find all the right parts for both of them, or did you have to mix them up?
Oh my! I mean, if they're part of the forest, then I feel like I would be able to sense which pieces belonged where. But I don't know if we found all of them.
The skeleton just stands up like a little like trying to figure out how to do it. Like, this is not the ghost of that person. Like, when we reanimate something, these are just animated bones. We can still use commune with the dead, but like, it does not make it the same. It does not make it like the ghost of a person. This isn't true resurrection.
Got it.
But yeah, the skeleton gets up, and in the time that while they are looking through putting the parts together, Vulpa, Osiria, Foley, what are you three doing while Iskra is putting body parts together?
Foley was gonna load the clown cannon with bones, but I don't know if that's in good taste anymore.
Well, just pick up some rocks. You'll be fine.
There's still one skull over there. You could totally just load that skull.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
I think I'm just gonna be looking around for tracks nearby to see if something left the area.
Alright, give me a 20-sider. Yeah, alright. So yeah, you see the tracks that lead off are feline in nature. They are like soaked in blood and not like, it's not like cleaning its paws to hide itself, you know? It's just like, it's walking with a swagger. I don't know. Wait, have you guys ever seen Nala? Not Nala. Ever seen Lion King? When like Nala walks with a swagger, that part. Like that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Oh.
Stupid sexy lion.
Oh.
So yeah, and it's going down just a path, just a solid path, just not hiding in the woods. You can see in a bush there must have been like hiding little creatures, and like, it's just a splatter of blood as the creatures must have been like impaled on hooked claws. But nothing's been eaten. Like everything gets its skin peeled off and left on the ground.
Nothing's eaten, you said?
There's like the bones have been crunched, but like not consumed.
When Foley was being stalked, did the tardigrade that was doing it do something similar? I honestly don't remember.
When the tardigrade that was chasing you down was sucking all of the blood out of absolutely everything.
Okay.
This thing is like leaving all of the blood around as decoration.
So like it looks like it's killing for fun more than.
Oh, absolutely.
Could I investigate the claw marks it left in the trees there to see if we can't glean anything more from that, potentially?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give me a 20-sider looking into the... $17? Yeah. Okay. So you see these claw marks. They're huge and they are razor sharp, but you already get the feeling that they don't have to be. The strength that this thing swipes its paw could take down a normal tree, and that's probably what has happened to all of the other trees, just in like light swipes. You can already tell that, and this is like a little like game stuff, if it hit you with one of these claw swipes, it would be 6 damage. Just done. Also, it doesn't appear that it was any kind of like pouncing thing. Like, it probably could pounce, but it wasn't a sneak attack.
Right, so it's more brute strength than stealth in its approach.
It appears to be the case. Vulpa knows where it's going. You know where it lives. Foley has a skull in his cannon, and Iskra, little guy, just stands up,
Uh-huh.
waiting for orders.
Okay, he's not screaming. But okay, all right. No, I just want to ask if they know of any details of what happened. What they see.
He just looks around, like looks at his hands. He's like, I was just on a train a second ago. Oh, yes, there was a. Oh. And he looks at himself again. Was I killed?
You were. I'm sorry.
That's a shame. He like looks over and he's like, oh no. And he's like sees the body parts. He's like, no one made it away.
No one? How many were there?
There were just 2 of us. Well, no. He's like, the count. He's like, no, there's another. There's one more. And he's just like, have you seen our dogs?
Your dogs?
We brought hunting dogs. To, like, we heard that it was dangerous, so we bought some of our dogs from town, and they made it in here as well. And it's just like, I don't see their bodies. It's like, oh, maybe Melon escaped.
Melon the dog?
No, Melon's a squirrel. I don't have any good dog names right now. It's just like the dogs were Poppers and Rex.
So you don't know what killed you then?
Oh no, it was huge. It was a giant cat. It's like, it got me right, and then he like looks at his chest. He's like, "Whoa, it got me really good." Like some of his like chest, like some of his rib cage has been cleanly sliced.
I'll say it looks like you're missing some skin.
That seems to be a downside of it. He's just like, how long do I stay as a skeleton? Do I have to go back to the train?
What train are you talking about?
The ghost train. It
The
takes you to your
ghost
afterlife.
Train. I mean, you don't have to stay a skeleton. I was just hoping to have a conversation with you, and then you can go right back to riding the ghost train.
It's like, can I help you save Melon?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. You can't leave my side, or you'll just turn back into a pile of bones.
All right. And he like gets really close to Iskra, and he's just like, he reaches down and picks up one of the leftover like femurs. And he's just like, all right, I've got it. Like, now where did they go?
Well, about that. What do you guys say to maybe setting up a trap if this thing is as dumb as a brute? I think we got new bait.
I believe that could work. Although, it might be good to have a plan in mind, just in case things go awry.
I mean, I thought the plan was to sick the Tetzel worm on them. Do we need more of a plan?
I mean, we got a
Suppose that's as good
cannon.
a plan as any.
We got a skeleton friend. Got a pretty good plan going on.
I mean, I think we're missing one key detail, though, and why is it killing? Animals normally don't kill for fun.
Have you met an orca?
Yeah, but they just kill the rich. That and self-possessed seals. And we know those seals had it coming.
I don't care too much about why it's doing what it's doing. I just care that it is.
No, it's posing a threat to my forest. Nah.
Right, but killing it might not actually solve the problem. If something is causing it to act this way, it could just happen again as soon as this one goes down.
We may not find out till we find it.
Fair point. I mean, we have one thing we haven't asked our Skelebro yet.
It's like
Do you,
currently Skelebro playing his ribs like a xylophone. Sup?
do you know why it attacked you?
It seemed really angry at our skin.
Ah,
When it hooked its claws into my friend, it just took its time peeling it back slowly.
Takes its time? Like, does it use a tool, or is it just with its claws taking its...
It was just its claws, but it was like a surgeon with those things.
so it was acting intentional. This was a planned attack. It's what it sounds like.
I felt like it was laughing the whole time. But I don't speak giant cat.
Not many do.
I mean, it's not that hard to talk to them.
You can talk to them?
Well, you can't.
I've never
I've-
tried. I've
I
yet
mean,
to
I
see a
haven't.
giant cat in space.
I mean, they're not
Except
really
for the
much.
neon cat.
Oh yeah.
They're not that much different from the smaller cats, just bigger and more hungry.
Foley's gonna start looking around for catnip, like wild catnip in this forest.
Okay, Foley. Roll me a 20-sider.
Please.
I'm not
do
saying that
one.
you're gonna find catnip, but there's a possibility you find something useful. Some useful herb. 14 will do it. Alright, what does he find, group? Like, he finds something useful.
Cats
Is it
are
like
also
cat?
attracted to mint.
Oh, I mean, lavender?
Do cats like lavender?
Mm-hmm. It's like dogs and cats. Well, yeah, if you like pump lavender into the room, it'll help soothe them.
Ooh. So whenever I use my lavender beard oil, that's why my cats are always on top of me.
See?
Ah, that makes sense.
So, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not gonna calm down this thing, but it will work like provoke. Like, if this thing catches a whiff of it, it will lunge at it, and it will want to get that, but it will destroy it as fast as it can. It will give you one turn of it not looking at you, and it'll also work like provoke to get it somewhere else.
Gotcha.
So, real quick, so I know which map to take us to next. Are we going to the den, or are we following the path that it was just walking?
Osiria?
I believe if the plan is to set a trap, perhaps it would be best at a point we know it will return to.
I do also have stalk, which means we can ambush it as an option.
Oh yeah, I mean absolutely. Like set a trap where it's at.
Basically, like it seems to be going in a pretty predictable line. We could cut it off in advance, basically.
If you can track where it will be next, then I am more than willing to follow you on this plan.
Well,
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, guys.
I believe in my skills, so I think if perhaps we can give the lavender to the skeleton and, you know, have him go do some stuff.
I'm on board. Skeletal?
Okay. Like, he's like, we must save Melon and Rex and Puppers. Just like, I really like Rex and Puppers. Heads up before I switch this screen. A little gore warning. Also, I'm really, really, really sorry.
Oh,
Not Rex and Puppers.
Yeah, we're gonna leave him off screen for chat. Don't worry. Don't worry, chat. Don't worry about it. So, right now, Rex and Puppers are like laying on the ground. Neither one of them are dead, but they are severely wounded. And you see Melon, a squirrel, standing in the middle of the path with in one hand is a short sword, very reminiscent of like Sting from the old Hobbit movie, the animated one, and he is just like swinging at the cat as best as it can, but the cat is like chuckling and keeps like going behind some of the bushes, so it loses track of he loses track of him, and then like it'll whip one of its claws out and just take a long scratch down Melon's back. And that's what's happening.
okay.
Melon is doing a great job giving you guys all the time that you need to set a trap. What's your trap look like?
If I threw up a wall of fire between Melon and the big cat, would it like scare the big cat away or distract
It
him?
might. Like, it completely depends on your role, but like it's a sound tactic.
We could set up the wall, shoot the skull through the cannon, so we shoot a flaming skull at it.
Give it a nice scare.
We could always retrack it if it runs, yeah?
Yeah, I'm down. Little two-part attack, little flame wall mixed with flying skull.
Yeah.
Before we do this plan, Foley's gonna grab some leaves off trees and stuff the skull. That way, it really ignites and sends a message.
Of course, it's gotta be as terrifying as possible.
Exactly. Something on has to burn. Bone don't burn too good.
You know, and I can add to this because I got magic tricks. I can just make it cackle as it flies at him.
Perfect.
Getting ridiculous.
I think Osiria's just gonna take a few careful steps back before they put this plan in action.
Just gonna give Syria a thumbs up.
So we have to roll for it?
Yep, all three of you roll me 1d20. We will take the highest and consider that for everybody. We got a 3. Wait. And so a 3, a 9, and a 10. Okay, so it's a tough. You guys can scare it right now. It will become like terrified of what's going on. He's a flaming skull.
Perfect.
Adorable.
Flaming skull token. It's like, wee. Why on Nika's screen is it underneath it though? But
It
anyway,
is underneath on mine as well.
I've got it sent to the back. It's so weird. It's the Roll20's beta thing. But as that skull is flying at it, here's your tough choice, everyone. And I feel like I know what to. It's rude, but it's a tough choice. That skull is gonna hit it, and it turns and sees the fact that it is outnumbered and outgunned, and it's this like starts smiling and laughing at you guys through the fire as it's backing up. Now, your tough choice is we get it to run away, but we either set the forest on fire, or one of its claws goes through the flames and grabs onto Rex and pulls him through.
Bye, Rex.
I vote set the forest on fire because
It is my forest and you want to set it on fire? No, bye,
I'd
Rex.
rather
I don't
than
like
kill
fire.
a dog.
I am also against forest fires here.
Goodbye, doggo.
I'm against doggo killing.
We will save the doggo later. Can I cast heal at the doggos? Fine. Goodbye, Rex.
How? This is tricky. Because it was in response to you guys' mixed success that it gets the dog in the first place. I think to save the dog, you guys are gonna have to run immediately. By the way, chase it through.
Okay, can I whistle to the Tetzelworm?
Oh yeah, you can call it Tetzelworm.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a minute, but it can get here.
Okay.
Alright. So Cat turns around, disappears. Like into the forest. One of the dogs disappears. Melon, standing there in a ton of pain, finally just collapses. And your little skeleton bro is just like, hey Melon! And then Melon sees him and passes out.
Oh no.
Look what you did.
Okay, I'm gonna go heal Melon and heal. Is that Puppers or Rex? That's Puppers?
That's Pupper.
Okay, I'm gonna go heal Puppers and Melon.
Alright, let me get a... There we go. I moved the hole back on accident.
So obviously Melon's unconscious. Is the dog like able to walk and stuff, or?
The dog, after being healed, the dog will be able to walk. Melon, even after heal, is going to be in a state, so he won't regain consciousness immediately. But I think the dog will be okay. I'm trying to like be able to move him, but my roll 20 is just like, no. Oh, that might not have actually been my roll 20 problem. Never mind. Like, Pupper is definitely like stands by Melon, like licks his face a little bit, like sniffs the skeleton's hand, and then goes back to like protecting Melon. The cat ran this way in the distance, and like it's terrible because I'm gonna do it to you guys, but it's terrible and I know that. You know whenever you hit a dog in a video game and it whimpers and it yipes? Those are the sounds you guys are hearing at the end of down this path. As well as that weird laughter from the cat. The Tatzelworm's on its way. I think this forest is like starting to shake. The Tatzelworm's huge.
We are going to need to, I think, pick up the pace here in a second.
Right. I believe we can entrust protection of this one to this animal companion for now. We should get moving.
I mean, if needed, I can have a puppet take them to safety.
That would be even better.
Then yeah, I think I'll probably just make a generic illusory creature to try and help with carrying the unconscious Melon.
Oh yeah, sure. With Pupper's help, you could definitely just send them back to their village. Like the dog knows where its home is. Pupper's good. Pupper's a good dog. Hopefully Puppet doesn't die, but I can't make any promises. So yeah, what's the illusionary creature look like?
I think it's just. Sorry, it's going to be, I think, a probably just generic looking, kind of inspired by Soki design.
Oh, I know exactly what that is. Yeah, generic inspired by Soki design.
Oh my god, what is that? Oh
Generic
my
inspired by
god.
Soki design.
Oh, you guys have never seen all the generics inspired by Soki, like squirrels? Here we go. There's 3 of them.
Amazing.
But then, yeah, she's just going to have it carry Melon while allowing the dog to escort it.
Oh, let me leave my blood token behind. Turns out, like, it's really hard to get like Midjourney to like do blood on their things. They don't like to do it. They don't like you to type the word blood. So I have to cover the whole place with it. But yeah, so they're gonna go this way. Skeleton's just like, oh man, what is going on today? I have so much. And then he stops and he's like, oh, I don't really get to talk to a lot of people about this. Like, those actually come from when we originally introduced Soki into the world. Like when we were at Soki's, like, his world is when we showed those scrolls. For, like, the only real time we used them. And then we destroyed his world, like, promptly afterwards. So, sorry about that, guys.
Well, now you have a chance to use them again.
Right, just Stokie-themed squirrels. Alright, so this is, like, down the path, everybody. Like, the, Tasselworm is on its way. You see behind this creature is impaled on a tree, like, from, like, thorax all the way through its body, and coming up out of its mouth is a giant wasp. And, like, you guys are used to fighting those wasps, and they are mean things. But there's one that's, like, stuck fully upright, like, recently killed. Like, bleeding. Yeah, this is gonna be Rex. He's not doing well. But not dead. But, like, definitely being tortured by a giant cat. The cat is in, like, you can see it, but it is in the brush. Like, it's watching, you can watch it watching you, but the second you take your eyes off it for even, like, a millisecond, it goes missing. Like, you can't tell where it is. Or it takes you quite a while to refocus on it. But it has left the dog, like, out in the open.
That's
almost
a trap.
like a trap. Yeah, it's like almost like a sniper trap.
I have 2 questions.
Yeah, sure.
How does Iskra's AP work in the woods?
You can basically, right now, Iskra, your magic feels really gross. Like, like it feels kind of slimy in the presence of this guy, when normally it feels pure and just like as nature intended, like natural magic. Right now, it feels almost like when you did your healing spell, you smelt something like rotting in the air around you.
Okay.
But
So
you can't. But you can pump in as much AP as you want into a spell. Like you
Well,
can pull from these trees. It's
Okay,
just gonna
that's
feel
my
kind of gross.
And then when I cast heal, oh, it does say I have to embrace. Never mind.
I didn't know I had this token. It's adorable.
Aw.
If I was to cast relieve on Rex, it would alleviate him of anxiety and pain and discomfort. Would he then
It
be
wouldn't
able to
heal
walk
his
over
injuries?
to me? Yeah, but would he be able to walk over to me so I could heal him? So I don't walk into the trap.
Oh yeah, probably. Give me a 20-sider. Oh, tough choice. All right. Okay. So you two tough choices here are: one, this thing is gonna get to you. It sees the fact that you are healing, and you become its target. Like it's gonna leave Rex alone. You are the number one thing that this creature is gonna try to kill. Like, and Rex will be walking towards you. It's gonna make an attack on you as soon as I'm done giving this option. Or the other one is when you went to cast that relieve, like part of the magic got a little corrupted in the process. Like, so instead of relieve calming Rex down, you send Rex into like a blood frenzy. It's going to attack the cat, like, and just go ham on it. But Rex only has 4 HP left. But he will attack it, and it's gonna hurt. You're gonna boost Rex up. Like, he's gonna be strong.
I'm gonna go with option 1.
Alright, so Rex gets over to you, relieved, like limping because like it still like can't use his legs, but obviously not in any physical pain anymore. But then a claw shoots out of the So a claw shoots out of the bushes, huge, long, like, and like meat hooks, these massive meat hooks on this thing as it slashes towards your face. Now, you have a tough choice. Like, it has a tough choice. Does it hit you, like, and you immediately are able to counterattack? Or, if not you, you're able to, like, take the hit, heal up Rex, and somebody else can counterattack? Or do you want to hit it back?
Would Iskra know that the cat is attacking me because I am healing?
Maybe. Like, it would make sense, like it's laughing at you. I think maybe in that laughter you can like pick up the fact that it sees you as like stopping its fun. Like, it likes when the blood drips.
Okay, so it's not that this cat needs to be healed.
No, not at all.
Cat wants chaos. Okay. I would like to try to hit back then.
Alright. What's your hitting back look like?
I'm gonna start with using Pim's necklace and using Queen's Demise, that I can channel the spirit of Queen Killer Pim and mark the target, making it more vulnerable for 3 attacks and a damage boost of 3 points.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, for sure. Oh, also, Iskra, you get, where does it hit you? Because you're gonna take 6 damage right now. Because it hits you first.
I feel like it would probably be across my shoulder blades. If Rex is in my lap and I'm healing him with an embrace, then it would be across my shoulder blades.
All right, yeah, it's like so, like torn right across your back. But then, like, as like that ability goes off, how does everybody else see this? Is this like a marking in Battlefield situation where just an arrow appears over it, like, hey, monster's here? Or does it have like a highlight to it? Like how does Iskra tell everybody, like show everybody where it is?
I feel like it would have a gold glowing aura.
Absolutely, yeah.
Cool.
It's like, all right, everybody. Iskra just turned down wall hacks.
And then
So-
I would.
go ahead.
Oh, do I still get to try to hit it back too, or does
Go
that?
ahead. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I take my hand and point it at the cat, like from behind me, without looking at it, and cast shock at it.
All right, give me a d20. $17's pretty good. It was also a very indecisive die. So yeah, the shock, like it was coming with the other claw, like it got you with the one down your back, and then we could all see the other one like slashing across, coming for you, as the shock just burns into its hand, and you guys see its arm spasm like anybody getting electrocuted. You know, it spasms, but like it flails so much you can see that it breaks the bone in its front leg, still trying to attack. Even through all the pain, it repeatedly is trying to attack. But it is out, it is marked, it has taken 11 damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But yeah, any of you guys can go now, all three of you. Like, it will do an attack. This guy gets an attack whenever one of you guys fails. I will roll an attack, and that's separate from any of your like your consequences from doing a bad roll. It gets attacks when you fail.
Yeesh.
Skelly Bro didn't come along with us, right?
Oh shit, I can put Skelly Bro here. He can be here for sure.
I told him to not leave my side unless he wanted to.
Oh
be
yeah,
a
that's
pile
right.
of
That's right.
bones.
He can't leave Iskra's side.
Oh yeah. I didn't see him on the map, so.
He went to go
Yeah, that was-
pet Rex and just falls apart.
Like, what is the range of that? Like, I know it says they can't leave your side, but what do you call a side?
Hold on, let me read it here. It can move around but cannot leave your scene, is what.
Oh, leave you. Okay, so it's on this map, we're good, everybody. If the plan was to shoot Little Skeleton out of the cannon, absolutely.
That was the plan. I was going to ask him if he wanted to get some revenge.
He holds up the femur. He turns it around, like to the sharp side, pointing up, and just salutes.
Let's do it, little guy.
All right. So the way
And-
the cannon. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, if I can call my shot, I want to aim for its mouth and try to get it lodged in its windpipe.
This guy's gonna be choking on a bone.
Exactly.
All right, so I roll a 20-sider and you roll a 20-sider. Normally it would be like the other person playing the small. Okay, he's a terrible shot. Like he's a terrible aim. He's a terrible warrior. I hope you're a better shot. Okay, 7.
Nope.
7.
Foley
Okay,
is
so-
geared for, social events.
So here's your tough choice. You can launch him in, and he will get in its mouth and like stab into the roof of this thing's mouth, so it can't close its mouth. But he is stuck in there. It'll deal 4 damage. It's respectable, but like this thing loses its bite until it succeeds another attack. So you guys only have to worry about the claws, not about the mouth for right now. Or you can be much better shot, but the Scalibro is a lot weaker than we think, like endurance wise, and you can lodge it into this cat's windpipe, and you will see the femur pop out of the side of this thing's neck as he deals 11 damage to it from the inside, but then the Scalibro is going to be destroyed by the musculature.
I mean, he's already dead.
Yeah, it's not like he wasn't gonna last forever anyway, but
Yeah, I think we'll go with option B. I hope no one else had any plans for him.
Just salute him as he's flying through the air.
As Hero of the Day by Metallica plays.
it's like, do I have just a femur token? I do not. You would think I would, but I just don't. Alright, so it reels back. It's one leg, like, busted, but still very much a weapon. At this point, it looks like a spiked flail, basically. And, poking out of its neck is like, the broken femur from a bat person. But, Osiria and Vulpa, you guys see moments, like, you guys can just let me know what you're doing. It is very much distracted. Like, it's definitely coughing, trying to get the bones out of its throat.
I think then I'll probably just take a shot at it, just a normal shot.
Alright, where are we aiming?
Probably just more or less, I guess, kind of center of mass.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Give me 2 20-siders. I think it's sufficiently, like, distracted by what's going on. Oh yeah, that'll do it. A 19 and a 17. So this would, like, I'm sure it's going to become a 20, and even if it doesn't, I'll make it a 20 regardless. What happened where you saw, like, a really good shot to it? Like,
well, you said it's flailing around and kind of like all that. I imagine at one point it probably like reels back, maybe get on its hind legs, and that's when she takes the shot.
for sure. Like, it reels up, you hit it, like, square in the chest, and you just see, like, black corruption, like, pumping out of its, like, chest, like, onto the ground, just splatter, splatter, splatter. Osiria, this whole thing is a threat. Like that goop is, like, moving around, like, as it lands. That's not blood, and you see it, like, latching on to the creature and, like, pulling itself back up, almost like barbed hooks, as it's dragging itself back onto the creature and pulling parts of its skin off. It's flaying the cat.
Oh.
And let me show you what it looks like now, because it's got a little bit more dangerous. As it's standing up, here's, like, the gory blood. Like, you can see the tendrils on its back, which were just some of its own flayed fur, have now become almost like whip-like appendages as they, like, crash through the trees. And, like, still sticking out of its throat, big-ass femur. Like, it tries to roar but can't make anything more than a hiss, and it's clearly upset about that. And because it cannot roar viciously at you, Osiria, this is prey.
Okay. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be on screen yet, but it's not. I might need to refresh.
Oh,
So one
yeah.
second.
Yeah, if you guys can't see it, please refresh. It looks a lot different all of a sudden. My bad. Nika might have to
Oh
refresh
boy,
too.
that's a creature. Okay.
I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's cool looking, but jeez.
Like a bipedal displacer piece. I love it.
Like, and it is dripping that corruption stuff. You guys see the corruption like inching towards you. It's like little like black masses on the ground that are trying to like slowly get themselves to any source of AP.
Mm.
But it's angry. It also go ahead.
Are we allowed
no,
to
go
know
ahead.
how much health they have left?
This thing started with 65.
And
We
we've
have hit
only
it
done
for
11?
We've done 11 plus we've done you did 11 and the femur did 11. So we've done 22. Oh wait, no, then Vulpa hit it too. Vulpa hit it for another 8. Sorry. So we have done 30. And like, just for like flavor, so we all get the point. When the tendrils wrap around the trees, you can see the trees turning like black and almost poisoned around it, and it rots off. It's almost like strangle vines, but what if strangle vines were also incredibly toxic to the things that they were touching? So it like cleanly like cuts things in half, but by like molding them from the inside. And trees are just falling around you all right now.
And how far away is the Tetzel room?
Getting closer. It's pretty close. Let's let Osiria do whatever they wanted to do real quick, and then we can have the Tetzel ones show up. If we still want.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have
Yeah.
concerns with this corruption that's oozing out of it. Another bigger, meaner creature showing up.
It's like, but it's coming in the background, guys. Look at it come. Here it is.
You big.
See, now I can't send things to the back. But anyway, Tatzelworm is out there. On his way.
Okay. So, I think, despite probably definitely wanting to use her cursed abilities to attack it right now, Osiria is going to attack it with her sword instead.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
And more specifically, she's going to kind of try to like dash around it effectively and aim to like cut off any of the tendrils she can. Because that seems to be its like main threat point right now, so
For sure, give me
basically
2d20.
she's trying to...
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, for sure.
It's you're all seeing that nat 20, right? While seeing it say a nat 20,
Mhm.
when
Yeah.
Yep.
on the side there, it's an 8 and a 10. Roll 20. You can't do this to us. That's
I mean,
the rudest. Go ahead.
I got a card, I can fix that.
Yeah, if you want to fix it for yourself, go for it.
Like, normally I wouldn't, but this feels like one of those times, like, come on.
Right? You rolled that 20. We all see it. It's right
Yeah,
there.
this is 20 on screen.
Yep, totally normal 20 to
Yeah,
me.
but there's like a picometer that says it's an 8.
So absolutely. All right. So you are going to be able to cut 4 of these like tendrils off of it What's it look like when you're doing it?
I think it's a lot of like basically swift movements, using both like a bit of wind magic to back herself up and like just. You said they're like falling trees, right?
Oh yeah, all over the place.
Yeah, at certain points, if they get like close enough, she'll like push herself off of them to like propel forward even more, and like just a lot of back and forth like around this thing, circling it and cutting off tendrils where she can.
Yeah, I love it. So I don't know what to call these, other than like just corrupted tendrils. They will not be corrupted afterwards. Like if we want to use these to make something, that it's not going to be corrupted once we cut them off like this. But these things drain life very quickly, and they just like make things rot. So there you go. And there's just like a couple of them like slithering on the ground, and all four of them just slithering around. But then they stop moving, and they know after they have been cut off like that, they do not have a corruption feeling to them. All right, Iskra, you feel the tassel worms approach. Like it's getting real close.
Okay, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Yeah, it's just like it's getting real close. You sense a massive amount of corruption magic all around you. Don't know why I'm moving everything when I'm not trying to. There we go. I found it. But yeah, so Rex is good enough in your hands, like definitely exhausted, but no longer like bleeding to death. Gonna have a limp probably for the rest of his life, but that's okay.
I mean, the important thing is no dogs died today.
No dogs have died.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tutzelworm's on its way. Think I want to try to freeze it so we can cut off more of the tendrils, so that Osiria can get more hits on those tendrils.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And give the Tutzelworm more time to get here.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a 20-sider. That's 17. 17's a good roll. Oh, I'm moving the wrong guy. Alright, so, yeah, you guys start, what's that look like to freeze it up? Like, what does your ice magic look like to use?
Like, sparkly snowflakes that once they hit the skin, harden. But it's gonna, so I am just pouring that out of my bracers at this creature.
Okay, yeah, alright. I can see that. And it's just like, it's like flailing around trying to like hit Osiria, because Osiria's just flying around its back right now, just being the most annoying that you could be to a creature. And like every time like it swings its claw at it, one of the ice touches the claw, and you guys just start to see like the permafrost looking stuff like crystallize along its arm. And then it like turns and swings again and like gets itself even more frozen, and it's like becoming a lot more sluggish. Foley and Vulpa, like this thing is very sluggish, but it keeps getting really close to Osiria with those slashes. Like it's still very dangerous. What are you two doing?
I think Foley is going to load up his saber, whatever uniform issue weapon is, into the cannon and try to lob off another tendril after it gets frozen.
Oh my god.
Hey, you give me a cannon and expect me not to use it?
No, that's great. Like,
Sorry, what did you just fire out of the cannon?
Whatever the saber is that we get for...
Oh, all right,
Yeah.
absolutely. Just like throwing in the Lockstitch saber.
Yep.
Yeah, roll me a 20-sider. All right, tough choice. Okay, you can shoot this gun and shoot this into it. The saber goes like right through it, and you will just like blow a decent sized hole right in its chest. Nothing comes off of it though. Like we just like it's leaking more. You do 8 damage. It's like it's about to make an attack. Or alternatively, you fire this through it and it goes clean through it like end over end and cuts off one of these tentacles brilliantly. At the same time, Osiria's sword is flying at you very quickly. like end over end. So you cannot get out of this thing's way. Like it's gonna hit you and you're gonna have a sword lodged into your leg.
Foley putting the friend in friendly fire.
Remember when you almost killed me the last time we met?
look, no, I was gonna say, if you want to do that, I understand.
Yeah, I think I kind of regret doing it, but I think I'm going to go with option B.
Osiria hits the ground, sword right through the upper, like the thick, like meaty part of your like thigh, like stabbed right through. And it's so shocking. You fall out of the sky and hit the ground. You take the same amount of damage that this creature is gonna take from it, which is 6.
That's fair.
But then that tentacle thing lands next to you, writhing around. But like, there's definitely like a good like 30 seconds of it. It looks like it's about to get too close to you. It's about to like get you, and then it stops moving. This creature rears up even further. Like, it like puffs out its chest as much as it can, but like we see like goo pouring out of its throat and out of its chest from where Vulpa put the first shot. And like it leans forward and just roars at Foley. And it's gonna try to make an attack against Foley here. It rolled a 17 as like it's this icy claw slashes at you, Foley, and just like pins you to the ground. Like one of its claws, like meat hook style, right through your collarbone.
I just got this shirt.
it's trying to like it's ripping you off, like it's pulling you off the ground, like, and like it's just you're dangling. It's not like it's got any of your solid parts in its claws. You are like hooked by like meat hooks, one through the like through your collarbone, one is like sticking into your ribs and like getting in there, and you're just being lifted up by your skin and bone as it deals 6 damage to you. And the next failed attack against this, for anybody that rolls, is it begins to attack Foley the way that it likes to attack things.
So
Well,
I should
now that it's
probably
connected-
not do what I was planning on doing.
Yeah, same. And since
Just
it's
don't
connected, well, I mean, since it's connected to Foley now, I can't shock it because then it would also shock Foley. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, you say don't fail, but I was thinking about using the typewriter, which I'm pretty sure goes until it fails.
It sure can go until it fails.
I think out of interest for Foley's life, I probably shouldn't do that. So
Okay,
I
new
think-
plan. Okay, so I want to go over to Foley and try to, I guess, stealthily set just the hands of the creature on fire so that he removes them from Foley.
This is gonna go great.
Uh-huh.
I mean, unless somebody's got a better plan.
I would like to point out my plan was riddling him with holes, so your plan's better.
Okay.
They gave you two like you get to roll twice and take the higher because we have double duty up.
Okay. Try not to set Foley on fire.
I would appreciate it if you
14s.
didn't.
So what? Let's see. Which spell did you use right there, Iskra? Like
Burn.
burn. Okay. You blow hot air, creating a scorching winds.
I thought I had the overcharge the spell and ignite the target.
Okay. So yeah, like its hand is its hand catches on fire and it just like folds fully up into the sky. Fully the claws leave you as it like tosses you a little bit and then snatches you King Kong style. Alright, somebody played and another one, so somebody else gets an immediate attack right now. Whichever one that you guys want it to be, you guys get to roll an attack without it being able to do anything.
Well, I could do the thing I was planning. Now it's not hooking him immediately.
Yeah, like if you fail, it's not going to immediately skin him. It's
Yeah,
just gonna,
okay. So then yeah, I'll use the consonant typewriter, aiming at just middle of this guy, big guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Start firing.
Okay, and so is that one still up?
Yeah, double duty stuff. So always 2d20 and take the higher. But that works for me too, just so you guys know.
Well, 20.
Oh, but a natural 20, absolutely.
Nice.
So, Vulpa, for the people who don't know what a consonant typewriter is, you literally just reached into your bag and pulled out a Tommy gun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we just unloading. So is
Tommy
each
gun
roll one bullet, or is it like a volley?
It's a volley, but we only count them as like the one for your like keeping track.
Okay. I guess I'll do the second one then.
All right.
Oh, 13.
13. All right, absolutely. Osiria, like this thing is getting riddled with bullets. It's holding Foley out. You see a moment of weakness. Like this does not stop in any way Vulpa's consonant typewriter. But Osiria, you get an extra attack in here. Where do you sneak in an attack, and where does it go? Also, there's still a sword through your leg, but you can move. You can say that you pulled it out. It's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if she takes the time to pull the sword out, is it gonna, like, take away the window of attack?
And no, absolutely not.
Okay, so first and foremost, she's gonna do that, but, it's still holding Foley, right?
Yep.
I think she's gonna try to take off its arm to make, like, essentially just force it to drop him.
Down, boy.
Which, that could only end well, I'm sure, don't you worry.
Absolutely. So, like, what's this attack? Is with your wind sword?
Yeah, for sure.
Alright. Roll me 2d20.
If I was to throw shock at her sword, would it enhance it?
It would there's a good chance that it might, for the record.
I don't want it to backfire. Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, like, you get 2d20. You have a much better chance.
That's all right.
Of it
They rolled an 18. That's fine. Let it roll.
So we take that arm. Go ahead.
Hold on to that idea for the future, though, because that sounds
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
The arm comes clean off. Foley falls like to the ground. At this point, it's only like a 6-foot fall, but still like one of those knocks the air out of you. Also, you have holes in your shirt. I'm sorry.
Like, again.
All right. Like, its arm falls to the ground. Vulpa has not stopped firing yet, so go for it. There it is.
I don't think that stops firing now. I swear I put more bolts into this thing.
You're just shaking it and hitting it like with a hammer.
It's like, no. And it, like, you see, it pulls its, like, right arm back, the one that didn't have Foley, the only arm it has now, and it just tries to cleave through all 4 of you in one huge blow. Just so everybody knows, the order that you are on the stream is the order that you are. Foley, you are the first die. Iskra, you are the second. Vulpa, you are the third. Osiria, you are the 4th. Who got Osiria? You just ate that 20. It was
God.
16 for Foley, 5 for Iskra. Iskra's perfectly fine. Vulpa has got a hard choice, but Osiria, you took a 20.
Is this where the Tetzel worm comes in and ruins all of his plans to destroy them?
After the 20, maybe. We can have it show up right after that 20. The Tetzel worm could be what stops you from getting hit.
Yeah.
But Osiria, like, 3 of those claws slam right into your chest as, like, so Foley gets hit and goes flying out of the way. Foley, you take another 6 damage and, like, crash against one of the trees.
Foley is now at less than 0.
Okay, that's not dead, but it is hurt. What's it look like, Foley? You're really fucked up.
I think, like, as he takes this hit, he goes off flying into the tree and, like, he hits it spine first, and you see his literal back, like, fold around the tree.
Oof. Okay, so we're talking like this way then.
Yep.
You hit the tree long ways.
Yep.
It's like, then you hear that crack. Vulpa, in this moment, so it cleaves forward. Iskra, you cleanly dodge this. You and Rex, like, cleanly get out of the way, no problem. Vulpa, you can cleanly dodge this. Or you can see, a moment to make another attack. Just so you know, if you take that attack, you will be taking 6 damage. Like, whether or not it's a successful attack or not, you will take 6 damage from it.
I think just
Or you
in
can hit the
general,
ground.
she cares more about dodging than getting it
okay.
in, so...
And then pounding in to Osiria's chest, those 3 massive claws. As you dodge and as you duck out of the way, Iskra, and, like, as you dodge Vulpa and duck out of the way, Iskra, you guys can see all 3 of those claws come right out of Osiria's back.
Like, I imagine what happened is, after her initial attack, like, the landing was a lot more rough than she expected because of her first injury, and that just stalled her long enough to get this thing's, like, second hit in.
This thing is just right, like, it has Osiria by, like, the thing, and pulls you back to its face. Osiria, you take 12.
That brings her to 0 as well.
All right. In the claws of this creature, Nika might have to refresh her thing. You guys might all have to refresh. I don't see all my tokens on the stream, but I can move them around. I can see the tokens that I move.
Oh yeah, that wasn't there.
And the tassel worm is like approaching. This thing has next to no. Sorry, let me do the math here. Hit it again. Then Osiria hit it. Did I say your sword hits for 6 or 4, Osiria? 6 or 8? 6. Okay. We've hit it for 52. It has 13 HP left.
Oh my god.
No. Oh, the burn hurt it. So it is at 11 HP. 13 would have been better, but sorry. But yeah, we see the tassel worm coming up behind it, like barreling like through the forest, like a fucking freight train. The tassel worm is, imagine if a dragon was kind of like a cat, but it was also very serpentine, but doesn't have wings. And it is like flying through this forest at a speed that you were not sure that it could do. Also, it changes size pretty regularly. But yeah, what are we looking to do here, Iskra? You can I'm not gonna pretend that you don't know the danger of corrupting the tatzelworm with this thing. If the tatzelworm succeeds on its attacks, we don't have to worry about corruption.
Mm-hmm.
But a big concern is if any of you roll a 1 in this situation, we're gonna have some really weird conversations about the tatzelworm.
I suddenly got way less confident in my choices. Okay, so is Osiria still in? Are the claws still in Osiria?
Oh yeah, this thing still has Osiria right in its claws all the way through it, in its hand, its little thumb claw comes popping out, and the unconscious Osiria. It is not aware of the tatzelworm behind it. There is definitely a moment where this creature runs a claw down Osiria, the side of Osiria's face, enough to if Osiria's conscious, this would be a really painful attack, and it does the thing where it thumbs at the wound to see if it can get it, picking a scab situation, but it's your face.
Yeah.
Okay, fun. Let's see. I think I'm going to use Pim's necklace again to do Wind's Cloak and envelop in a gust of wind to move swiftly and stealthily. And use that gust of wind to get up to Osiria and grab onto them and use whatever little strength I have to pull them free from the claws so that the tatzelworm can land whatever attack it wants to do.
All right, yeah. Roll me 2d20. You got backup here, cause the double duty is over, but you've got the help of the tatzelworm. So, all right, that's a 12. That's good. That's a 5. That one's rough, but we'll take it. The tatzelworm comes down and just bites off the other arm, flinging it to the side, with you and Osiria on it. You guys can land safely.
Mm-hmm.
But Osiria's in a bad fucking way. You see the blood pouring out of her chest wounds. The only thing that is stopping her from bleeding to death is the fact that she has all those claws in her right now.
This is like definitely a critical condition sort of situation.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, I can use restore, but not in combat. So just don't die.
Just
Vulpa.
don't die, Osiria. That easy.
Just stop it. Vulpa, you see Foley wrapped around a tree, body in an angle that does not make any sense. Well, I guess it does make sense for some people that you know here, but you have a suspicion that that bat isn't meant to bend that way.
Ooh, yeah, he don't look good.
This thing just took 8 damage from the Tatzelworm ripping its other arm off, for the record. So, if we're all, like, following my math, which I think is right, it is very low on health, but it is, like, dripping this corruption like crazy. Like, it has not tried to run away at all. It is, like, stand and bang the whole time.
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
If I was to call on a nearby spirit, could I use Steel Host, where the spirit inhabits and takes full control of this thinger? Would it still corrupt everything? Would it
You
corrupt the spirit?
you would be corrupting whatever spirit you're putting into it.
So it would not. So the only way to stop it is to kill it.
Yeah. The corruption monsters are just they're not like good guys turned bad. They're bad things made manifest.
Okay.
Just because I don't want anybody to feel bad about it. Like, yeah, it's a cat, which is adorable, but it wasn't a cat before it became this. It was just it became a predator.
So I think seeing 2 of my allies in very critical condition, I think she's going to focus and use the active component of Deadeye to get an automatic triumph.
All right, yeah, absolutely.
And she's going to try and just put one between the eyes as it's weakened.
For sure. Okay, don't worry, there's car alarm going on outside. Alright, so you pull the trigger. Sorry, which gun are you using? What does your gun look like? Sell me on all this.
So, obviously the top typewriter just got jammed. I don't think she's going to try and take the time to unjam it right now. So I think she's just going to take out her usual little hunting rifle and just as like everyone's kind of very injured and all this, she's gonna kind of, I guess, like take maybe a knee behind like a tree root and just focus all of her energy into the one shot.
All right, and you're aiming for like center of its head, like
pretty
middle of the
much,
forehead?
like right between the eyes.
So yeah, as it like we do the fucking like what's that sniper game? Is it just Sniper? Where it's like a real slow motion bullet.
Oh, like Sniper Elite. Yeah.
Sniper Elite, there we go.
Where it like does the X-ray as it enters.
Just like goes right through it. And like once it reaches like the center of it, it just like you hit that little bit of corruption in its brain, like the part that's like keeping it going, and it just like explodes outward. I think it's like jaw just falls on the ground as like the head explodes like Fallout style, and it just starts like pouring out goo. The Tatzelworm, because we rolled successes on it, avoids like crazy. It sees the goo, it sees the corruption, and fucking flees. It knows what's up. Like, not flees as in, like, is really, like, you guys got it. You killed this thing. It just wants to stay away from the corruption. So I'm just avoiding us getting into that problem later. go with
I'll also
Catapult.
try and, I guess, drag Foley away from it if any of it's nearby.
Drag
yeah.
someone with a back injury.
It's like, don't move him. It's like, I don't know.
Well, do we want... he's either breaking his back more or he's getting corrupted. He'll thank me later in the hospital.
Oh man, Rex sees all of the wounded around, and he just starts like, he's at Iskra's feet, just barking, trying to lead Iskra somewhere. Like,
away from the injured?
it's just like runs up to Osiria for you to pick him up, and like they want you to follow them. They have a safe place to go.
Okay, I guess Vulpa, can you carry Foley or grab a puppet to carry Foley, and I'll carry Osiria?
Yeah, I can carry him.
Okay, we'll follow the doggo.
Oh no, my roll 20. Oh wow. Okay, my internet's flaking out. Yeah, all right. Nika's been talking about it in the chat, but there's a little bit of a storm on its way here. Let me grab the doggos. Okay, here we go. And I'll get Rex onto the screen in just a second. Don't you guys worry.
So another question: is the arm still in Osiria?
Oh yeah, totally.
All right.
You're gonna have to drag the whole thing, or cut the hand off.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously it's just the hand.
All right.
Mhm.
So, the melon squirrels all around you, as well as some really nice looking bat folk. This is Steven. This is Steven with a PH. Just in case we're worried. He doesn't spell his name with a PH. He's just a doctor.
A doctor of Stevens.
Oh. The bat like wanders up to Osiria and he's like, and she's like, and where would we like to bury them? Like, rest in peace, obviously.
No, they're not dead, but they do need help.
Looks down at Osiria. Are you sure? Starts testing for a pulse.
Yeah, wait, are we sure? I thought this was dead. Is he alive? Wolf's gonna check Foley.
It's like, goes over to Foley. It's like, oh, I haven't seen a back bend like that since my honeymoon. Look at this guy. It's just like, and like flips Foley onto his like face on the dirt.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that I can restore Foley. Right?
The bat looks up. He's just like, oh, you're some of those magic ones, huh? It's like, okay. Bring them in. I got a clean bed for them. You can heal them in there so they don't get dirt in their wounds.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
It's like, oh no, you guys brought back Rex and Puppers. And Melon, I suppose, but me and him are on the outs. Nope, still not DJ ghosting it, apparently.
I don't know, it just doesn't want to work.
Guess it just doesn't exist.
We'll figure it out. There's a lot of like tech problems happening recently. Alright, so Iskra, are you just gonna straight up try to heal them with restore?
Well, I was for Foley, yeah. For Osiria, I'm concerned.
I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I mean, it like
'Cause I don't.
Is stitching up a wound that much different than stitching up an outfit?
Well, the problem is that the claws that are in you are what's keeping you from dying, right?
Oh yeah. The claws are keeping her from like bleeding out, but we just have to do it real fast.
Yeah, so like if we take them out and stitch up the wound.
Yeah, I mean, if we leave them in you, if we saw them off, so it's just the claws in you, and
I mean, we're not leaving the corrupted claws inside of her, right? I don't think that's a good idea.
He's very excited about this conversation. He's just like doing little like bat bounties on his tiptoes. He's like, "Oh my god, are we leaving stuff in them?"
Well, I was gonna offer.
We can make them better. We have the magic. We have the supplies, and like he runs in and comes back out with a bunch of like. The best way to describe it would be like, what if Hobbiton had Da Vinci? And it's just like, we can rebuild that bat's back. Like, take his jacket off.
I have ideas for what we could do.
Vulpa is going to assist in taking the jacket off.
I mean, Osiria, I was gonna offer to like leave them in you as a piece of jewelry and turn them to gold, but they would be like permanent pieces of you.
Is Osiria conscious right now?
I think we could be conscious. I think Steven with a PH is slapping people.
So Osiria's waking up to the conversation about whether or not we should leave the claws inside of her.
Oh, good.
Don't worry, the car alarm finally stopped going off for like the third time.
Or we could remove them quickly and cauterize the wounds, which is probably the smartest.
What you do, Foley says drearily. I'm guessing Dr. Steven Doctor, whatever his name is, has given Foley some painkillers at this point.
He's got the best painkillers. He's just like, I got these from a guy named Beef. Do you know him?
Oh, Beef.
I'm a good friends with Beef. Yeah.
Oh, Beef. He's a good guy. He sells me some things in questionable vials. He says they work, and then like, look at this.
Hey, who's got the beef?
Wait, I just got that. He owns a pharmacy. It's called Cottage Core. And it's just like, okay. It's just like, you have a very profound back injury.
Don't I know it?
It's like, this kind of wound happens a lot to people that dress up as bats and fight things bigger than them.
I'm not dressing up. I'm bat. I fly. I think. That's
He's
it.
Batman.
Man, bat.
Also, yeah, so just so we know, for all of those items, it is Bane's Claw and Bane's Tendril. Because now I'm retroactively naming that thing Bane.
Nice.
My back.
Bat. And he's just like, we can help you. Non-magically. Or, I suppose, if you want, the magic help. But I could put this in you. And he basically holds up what looks like a coat rack. That is definitely... Have you ever seen the gliders from Avatar, The Last Airbender?
Is Foley getting
Yeah.
wings?
It's just like, we can put this in your back. It helps you fly in this world. It's like, we made a friend that came to this village and saved everybody a while ago. Based a lot of our stuff on his technology. Do you know Silky?
Oh, Silky's a good friend, yeah. I mean, I brought his brother Silker with me.
And she's like, everybody's like keeping the distance away from the not squirrel. They're just like, we're very scared of him.
Oh, Silker doesn't bite.
And Melon's finally waking up. Rex and Pupper's like licking his face. So yeah, Osiria, do you want some leftover golden shards in you? Here's the benefit. I will give you armor all the time. Like, if something were to hit you in the chest, you're gonna take 1 less damage from it off the top. If you want to leave those, like, fangs in you. We won't be able to craft with them. And also, just a heads up in case anybody ever does it. I know nobody would, but if you were in a game where we played, like a loot goblin thing, can you guess what the loot goblin's gonna be attracted to?
By loot goblin, do you mean golden god Krieg?
I mean, I guess Krieg would probably be very interested in that too. But there will be people hunting you because they are going to want to sell those golden claws.
So we're clear. Does Big Bad Wolf Osiria also get the damage reduction?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's fine. We know that magic, and we know that gold is what transfers magic the best in this world. The same as like electricity goes really well. Magic flies really well through gold. That's why people were making gold records out of gold. That's why Osiria's magic with gold works so well. That's why Krieg is turning into gold. That's why gold has taken over being very, very popular, and I'm sure it's not going to be a problem in the future. But yeah, do you want some armor and being hunted, or do you just want to be healed the old way?
I think she'd prefer to have them taken out, to be entirely honest.
Boo.
So, is Iskra and Steven with a PH pulling out like these massive claws. He's like, ew, that's disgusting. And they like throw them into the corner. There's a pile of all the stuff for you guys later. And like, it's huge gaping wounds. And like, Osiria starts bleeding immediately all over the place. But Iskra, you don't have to make a roll for it. We're not in combat. Like, you can take care of this, but I need you to know that this healing feels like it's even pushing you to your limits of the recovery.
Mm-hmm. Can I use burn first to like cauterize them and then
You don't want to burn Osiria. Let me give you that heads up right now.
I mean, you could, but that's probably not.
That's what we call a forest fire.
Yeah.
That's
You
what we call
could
trauma.
shove the wounds with like dirt or a sponge.
If you want, I mean, like I said, we could just try and stitch it.
Well, I mean, I can use restore and it will like fully recover you. I just didn't know how quickly we needed to stop the bleeding versus how long it's gonna take me to restore you.
Oh no, you will handle it just fine. You don't need to cauterize it. Just for the because this is like a thing that I've been thinking about a while. I don't know if I ever said it out loud. So if you guys get hit by null metal, you cannot cure that damage with magical healing. It will eventually heal on its own, but you cannot cure it with magical healing. If Osiria or Kay get hit with fire, we cannot heal those through magical means. So like, Professor Winter's using fire to heal, and like you guys using fire to heal, does not work on Osiria or Kay. Like, Kay and Osiria are both plant people. Even though Kay doesn't look like a plant person, they still technically are.
Okay,
but we don't need to do it.
So I can just like catch Osiria as we like fall to the ground after the claws have been pulled out of their chest and just kind of hold them in my lap as I restore them.
Oh yeah, if you want to sit down and just do it that way, like the Madonna holding Jesus statue, like that's.
Yep, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. If you guys don't know that statue, it's a really good statue. The Virgin Mary, now, yeah, she is fucking huge in that statue. Force perspective's neat. But anyway.
So it's not the singer holding the Jesus?
Wrong Madonna.
Ah, boo.
It's like, what was Madonna's best era, and why was it Goth Madonna? Goth Madonna was so cool.
I don't know,
Into,
Material Girl Madonna was pretty good.
You think you like Material Girl Madonna? I'm
It was
personally
good.
I'm a Goth Madonna and a strange British like Madonna, which she got like really into.
accent.
Those are my favorite Madonnas.
And she
Sorry.
suddenly thought she could play guitar.
I believe she could do it.
Yeah.
All right, and for Foley, like this guy is just like, all right, so your friend here seems exhausted. It's like, we've got all of these drugs. Don't you worry. Like, you're not gonna feel a thing.
Yay!
Now,
Well, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna replace your boring spinal cord
Uh-huh.
with this. And it's just like, it's a mixture of fascinating things that we found from all over the world. I've done a lot of studying. Beef has shared many, many books with me. And he's just like, have you ever heard of a guy named Dr. Myers? He's a pioneer in my field.
Okay.
And it's just like, see, what Dr. Myers does is he takes out body parts that are basically useless and replaces them with more interesting things.
Mm.
And let me tell you, based on the way that your spine is curved like this, it's going to need to be taken out.
I
and I have
mean,
a more interesting thing.
I can lick my own elbow like this, so I got that going for me.
Oh, you are going to be able to lick so many things.
What exactly does this spine do?
This spine will allow you to, first and foremost, you'll be able to bend like your spine is a whip. You can bend in ways that you never even knew. You're going to be an amazing contortionist by the time this is done. And also, I can see based on your body here, you are both a bat, but you don't have the wings. And that's okay. A lot of like people are kind of weird around here. But alas, and he taps a button and giant wings sprout out. It's just like constantly with you. A little fragile, but easy to repair.
Can I add something to this?
Absolutely, my drug-hazed friend. What did you need?
Yay! Can I... Basically, I want to turn my spine into a mini broadcasting antenna. And I think we can do so just by running some wire along the length of that and hooking it up to another bone, acting like a ground.
Okay. And are you comfortable being barefoot all the time?
I mean... Yeah, why not? Shoes are for suckers. Am I right?
Okay. He's just like, all right, now I'm going to need somebody to hold him down. And
What?
if you're not going to feel anything, you're not going to feel a single thing. But just in case you do, bite this for me. And he puts the stick wrapped in leather in your mouth.
Ugh, where's the stick been?
In a lot of mouths. And then he pushes it back in your mouth.
Vulpa's gonna have like a little not Soki go hold him down.
Just, it's like, all right.
And he's just going to stare intently into the doctor's eyes the entire time.
And it's just like, all right, let's do it. I will. A 15 and a 13. Osiria, in like the worst shape of her life, huge wounds, bleeding like crazy, is just like starts growling.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's probably a very weak growl, but a growl nonetheless.
It's like, all the squirrels flee from the room Osiria's in, and they won't go anywhere near it. But Rex and Puppers will stand at the door, protecting Osiria.
Aww.
Osiria's got her own little pack now.
Yeah, after a couple of days, like relaxing and resting, we can warn the crew. You guys don't have to like worry about them not knowing where you four are. That's just like you guys are just getting medical attention here. Like Osiria, you can get up and walk around. It's gonna be like a limp situation because I know that restore like magically recovers all the wounds and stuff, but I still like it better if there's a little bit of like wounding from things.
Yeah.
And Foley, you have, and Stephen with a PH guarantees that this will work. He rolled a 15 and a 13, and that means like he was successful. Like it works.
They're in there.
They're in there. The downside is it is a little bit fragile. But just the wings, not the interior workings. The interior workings are perfectly fine. But the wings can break pretty easy, but easy to repair. If you have Soki in your party at any point when these things break, you can repair them immediately. Like he can just do it. And also you count as a radio tower now.
Yay!
You just are. If
Yeah.
anybody's nearby you, they have no chance of like getting like
You're
split
hearing
into
the
two different
signal.
realities. They are just solid.
Are you just Fern Gully Batty now?
He is very close to Fern Gully Batty, isn't he?
Yeah. And I like to think at this whole recovery period, he's been doing nothing but broadcasting banana phone.
Ah,
Oh my god.
ring, 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 ring. Banana
Banana
phone. Piano picks
phone.
up. It's like,
Ding
hello?
dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding. Banana phone.
God damn it. Hangs up again. I've been getting prank callers all week. And yeah, we wanted to call this one by 7:30 or 10:30 on the East Coast, and I think we're there. Iskra, the forest still feels weird, but it doesn't feel like there's something in there that doesn't belong. You can definitely add this to your report that there must be a corruption leak somewhere in the forest.
Okay. But it wasn't our friends. So
But it wasn't your friends. Like none of you guys' friends had anything to do with it.
So they're
But
not.
they will be willing to help you guys like find it and take care of it.
Well, I mean, like, as far as the missing crew, like, they're not there.
Oh no, sadly it wasn't them either. It's like another dead end. Krieg went to Cullet, that was a dead end. The crew went to the Sick and Sea, that was a dead end. Now we're in this forest, that's a dead end.
Got a cool spine out of it, though.
You got a cool spine out of it, and you guys got some materials from Bane. You got his arm, his claws, his other arm, and 5 tendrils. So 2 arms and 5 tendrils. Oh, and its mouth. Like you guys got its jaw completely. And there we go. And that was today's game. Sorry we had like so much problems at the startup for it though. We just came into the woods and beat the crap out of a giant cat.
You know, as you do.
Yeah.
It was so hard to get a cat token that didn't just look too adorable for me to not want to use it and to use it as not, because I just was like, it's too cute. It looks too much like a cat. I can't kill a cat.
I mean, the one you got was pretty sexy. I mean, terrifying. Don't judge me.
Sexy and terrifying.
Hey, there he is. I'd call him daddy.
I had him up here because at some point I thought he was going to attack the town. I didn't know the fight was going to last in the woods the whole time. Ah, neat. Alright, real quick recap for today. we went looking for the missing crew. We ended up in the it has a name and I can never say it. Like it's one of those like words that like gets tongue-tied no matter what I try. But so we went into the forest. We discovered that there is something in here. Arbona's Wealds. It's that. Please somebody pronounce it better for me at some point. But we went into there, discovered that there was a new predator there that was killing for sport or killing for the fun of it. And like ripping things skin off. Not eating, never eating, just always just skinning things. It was killing some of the squirrel people, it was killing some of the bat people, it tried to kill 2 dogs, and some of you were more on board with those dogs dying than I was expecting, not gonna lie.
Rather would have burned the forest down.
See that, like, that's why I said, like, I'm gonna give you a tough choice, but it's not a tough choice. And it's just like, oh no, everybody's just gonna burn the forest down. No, there's no way they're gonna let it just, like, kill a dog. But then Iskra's like, it's my forest! It's like, okay, alright.
You just
That's
end up
fair.
on Iskra's
Look.
hit list. That list is getting pretty long with people that keep fucking with the forest.
I'm just saying it'd be better served as a parking lot.
Rude!
Wow, jeez, yeah.
Always protect the forest.
Right? Come on.
Listen, mankind has spent thousands of years developing inside to destroy outside, okay?
Like, inside can be so much better.
Exactly. There's air conditioning here. And Wi-Fi.
And I've only been attacked by normal-sized cats in my house.
Someone's making some good points. I don't hear any counter arguments.
Yeah, sell me on this forest.
Yeah, send me on this outside.
So,
Did you not see Fern Gully?
I saw Fern Gully, but the coolest part of Fern Gully was when that guy had his Walkman and they stomped on it. When Zach had his Walkman and he stomped on it. And you know where you get Walkmans? Inside.
I saw
You know
how
you
they
can always listen to
vilified
music?
Tim Curry in that movie. Not Tim Curry, Keith David.
No, it was Tim Curry. Was
Tim Curry?
Keith David in that?
No, it was Tim
No.
Curry. Tim Curry
Yeah,
was
you're right.
Hex. Yeah.
Yeah, Tim Curry was Hex's. I can't remember who was that lizard that was about to eat Zach. It was definitely... He tried to wrap him up in a leaf and eat him like a burrito.
Yeah, he deserved it.
Because he went outside, people. It was Tone Lock. Oh my god, that guy's amazing. He was also in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
And The Guyver Part 2.
The Guyver Part 2.
Yeah,
I thought you said MacGyver Part 2, and I was like, I
Oh,
didn't
no.
know there was a sequel.
The Guyver. Are you the Guyver? Wait, no, he wasn't in Part 2, he was in the first one. Along with, I want to say it was David Hayter.
David Hayter is just like one of the weirdest dudes. He was Captain Planet and Solid Snake.
And The Guyver.
And apparently the Guyver, I know that now. See, I want the alternate universe where instead of Matt Mercer becoming the huge voice actor, like streaming tabletop guy, I want that to be
Gilbert Godfrey.
yes, yeah, you're right, that's it. So anyway, everybody, this game is at its end. Osiria got really banged up. Osiria and Foley got equally banged up, but in like really weird ways. Osiria got like 3 hole punched. And Foley got his back blown out. And now you guys are hanging out in a little hobbit town of so tomorrow's game is gonna happen while you 4 are at least still here. And probably Monday's game is gonna take place in that time period as well. Feel free like to do your RP and stuff if you guys want to from before you guys came out here and stuff. Absolutely. Message people, that's perfectly fine. Just don't leave this area, please.
Okay.
And 4.
This is the Squirrel Village. Soki knows where it is. People can come visit you. If you guys want that, absolutely. People can come visit you, bring you guys soup and stuff. But you probably don't want to be moved, even with the amount of curing that has been done to all of you. Foley needs some time to acclimate to his new spinal cord. But yeah. And there we go. I got it done before 7:30. Go me.
Thanks, Alan.
Congratulations.
Yeah, good job.
You guys are welcome. You guys did great. Thank you guys so much. We got another game tomorrow at 5. That is 5 Pacific Standard Time. We've got Arthur, Vidra.
Yeah,
Okay.
Vidra, Clovis, and Rennick for tomorrow's session. So we're gonna
So
have
I'm very
off,
much looking forward to that.
and we'll see y'all tomorrow for that. Bye forever.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.